Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Watch the Ball YouTube channel. And today, this is my second live stream. I think I've been live for like 15 20 minutes. I haven't been speaking, waiting while screen पे लगा हुआ था. But we are live now. We're doing a watch along for the FA Community Shield final, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. I do love doing watch alongs. I did one for the preseason game against AC Milan. I thought about doing more pre-season watch-alongs for Liverpool. Lekin, even though I am a Liverpool fan, I think it's important to note that this is not a YouTube channel specifically um, denoted to Liverpool videos. So I didn't think it was fitting, but it's a fairly important match. First big game of the season, first official game of the season. You can say अभी भी ये pre-season ही है. But it's always nice to be in the community shield first of all, and then to win it as well. एक taboo भी है एक तरह से कि the teams that do end up winning the community shield do have pretty horrible seasons. In the past few seasons ऐसा हुआ है पर वो तो एक फर्जी बात है. Practically तो it's obviously very nice to get silverware at any point of the season, especially at the start. और भी super cups होते हैं. UEFA Super Cup होगा in a few days. I might do a watch along for that as well. So I think it's a fairly important game. You can see it on both sides going with the strongest 11. McAllister not in the Liverpool 11 on the bench though. That's probably got to do with the fact that he isn't back to full fitness just yet. Ryan Gravenberch not in the Liverpool squad as well. I think that's because his wife is expecting, so that's why he's not in the 11. That's really the only big takeaway from this team. Ekitike playing, which is obviously very nice. Kirk is playing, Frimpong playing, Wirtz is playing. Very exciting Liverpool team. Obviously, for the first time, we're gonna see all of them together in an official match. Obviously, मैं इसको official match count कर रहा हूँ. This is different from the rest of the preseason friendlies, but obviously very excited to see how Crystal Palace line up. I think this is a really nice 11 that they've got now with the experience as well. And Crystal Palace in knockout games, in knockout tournaments, they do seem to be a very difficult team to beat. Man City ko haraya and winning the FA Cup. All in all, I think they've gone quite far in the cup as well. They went in the semi-finals a few seasons back. They were in the final against Manchester United. I remember once not so long ago. So they do like to do well in these type of competitions. But they do come up against a very strong Liverpool side who I am hoping will be going at full throttle, and it's obviously going to be a bit of a preview to what we are going to expect for the season. एक दफ़ा मैं माइक चेक भी कर लेता हूँ. I don't want कि मैं बोलता रहूँ और आवाज़ ना आ रही हो. सही है माइक तो सही था. आवाज़ थोड़ी कम की हुई थी मैंने. आई होप इट्स फाइन नाउ. Yep, that's okay. पीछे से पता नहीं कौन सा बच्चा चीख रहा है. The Liverpool team coming into the building. Obviously, not coming into the building right now. They've probably been in the building for a bit of time. लेकिन videos तो भी आ रही हैं. 11 minutes till kickoff. Not much to say. I think again, very interesting game as to what we see from both the sides. I think the magnitude of Liverpool signing means that we're gonna have a lot of eyes on us थ्रू आउट द सीज़न. मैच भी दिखाओगे ना या सिर्फ याप करोगे? भाई मैं मैच दिखाऊंगा तो मेरा चैनल बंद कर देंगे यार, वरना मैच भी दिखा दूँ मैं. मुझे कोई मसला नहीं है यार, लेकिन मेरा चैनल बंद हो जाएगा. तो वो अच्छी बात नहीं होगी बिल्कुल भी. तो इसलिए सिर्फ याप ही कर सकता हूँ, सैडली. कोलैबोरेशन विद परवाज इन द फ्यूचर। यार आप किस तरह का कोलैबोरेशन चाहते हो? कर लूँगा यार, मुझे पैसे दे देना थोड़े से। कोई अफ़गानी बर्गर खिला देना मुझे, स्पॉन्सरशिप डील। अम अमा डियालो सारा। यार डिपेंड करता है आप किस मेट्रिक पे कह रहे हो। आई थिंक कोई ना कोई मेट्रिक तो होगा जिस पे अमा डियालो बेहतर होगा साला से, लेकिन नॉट एज अ फुटबॉलर। यार मैं देखना चाह रहा हूँ, मेरी आवाज़ थोड़ी तो नहीं आ रही। ड्रिबलिंग, पेस, फिनिशिंग, विजन, एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ क्या? एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ फुटबॉल। यार देखो, इनमें से कोई एक चीज़ भी नहीं है जो आमार डियालो की बेहतर है। यार आमार डियालो डिफेंडिंग भी बेहतर नहीं है, जबकि वो राइट विंग बैक खेलता है, लेकिन उसकी डिफेंडिंग भी बेहतर नहीं है साला से। जोटा के बारे में कोई फेयरवेल टाइप इंट्रो है? विच इज़ ऑब्वियसली वेरी नाइस टू सी। इंटरेस्टेड टू सी के थ्रू आउट द सीजन कितने फेयरवेल्स टाइप होते हैं। ऑब्वियसली द गेम अगेंस्ट वुल्व्स इज गोना बी अ वेरी गुड फेयरवेल। वैन डाइक और शालीमार तला। यार एक मैट्रिक है जिसमें शालीमार तला बहुत बेहतर है वैन डाइक से, लेकिन वो मैं कह नहीं सकता यहाँ पे। लेकिन इट हैज़ टू डू विद जिगलीनेस। उसमें बेहतर है शालीमार तला, बाकी चीज़ों में वैन डाइक। पर यार देखो, वैन डाइक हाफिज़ कुरान नहीं है यार, शालीमार तला हाफिज़ कुरान है। सो आई मीन, आई नो हु इज़ माई टॉप डिफेंडर। माई स्पेशल मूव दिया इसको कोई ना, अभी तक कोई और डिफेंडर, कोई और प्लेयर उस मूव को क्रैक नहीं कर सका। मतलब आई थिंक तुझे कोर्स फोर्स भेजना चाहिए उस मूव का। बहुत सारे प्रीमियर लीग डिफेंडर्स तो ज़रूर खरीदे हैं। रजब बर्ड की तरह तू भी कोर्स लगा दे। हुई 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 हुई। प्लेयर्स अबाउट टू एंटर द फील्ड। वैन डाइक अपना सर मार रहा है। और ये दिस दिस गोना बी अ डेब्यू फॉर द अवे शर्ट एज वेल। दैट्स गुड एज वेल। होम शर्ट तो हमने देखी है इन द प्री सीजन फ्रेंडली। आलिसन की जो गोलकीपर किट है वो भी, इट्स द फर्स्ट टाइम ही इज वेयरिंग इट एंड इट लुक्स क्वाइट गुड एज वेल। Players coming out now with the coaches as well. I think this is what they do for Wembley games, for cup finals especially, कि कोच साथ आता है। वरना प्रीमियर लीग में होता है कि कोच में खड़ा होता है, मतलब ऑन द टच लाइन। गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग गेम। आई मीन रिजल्ट इतना ज़्यादा मैटर नहीं करता. ऑब्वियसली एवरीवन वांट्स टू विन एवरी गेम, प्री सीजन गेम्स भी हो जाएं. एंड कम्युनिटी शील्ड इट इज़ अ ट्रॉफी एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. एंड मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फैंस और आर्सेनल फैंस इनको गिनते भी हैं, अपने टोटल सब काउंट कर रहे होते हैं, तो हमने भी गिनने. तो इट्स ऑब्वियसली वेरी नाइस टू विन समथिंग लाइक दिस एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द सीजन. आई थिंक उससे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट जो है इज़ द परफॉर्मेंस. हाउ फ्लोरियन वर्ड्स प्लेज, हाउ साला प्लेज, हाउ एक्टिके प्लेज, हाउ करकेश प्रेमपोंग, हाउ द होल टीम प्लेज. क्योंकि the question really is there balance in this Liverpool side with so much attacking prowess and attacking fullbacks, attacking midfielders. I mean, the midfield that we're playing today, it's Jones, Soboslai, and Wirtz. You could categorize all three of them as attacking midfielders. And the fact that we have Kirkish and Frimpong, both attacking fullbacks as well. So that does leave a very big hole in that defense. But obviously, there has to be a system to which Arne Slot is going to adhere to. We saw in the pre-season friendlies as well, जैसे वो मिलान वाली गेम थी. मिलान वाली गेम थी जहाँ पे काउंटर पे हमें काफ़ी मार पड़ी थी. लिवरपूल ने केज़ा को तबाह कर दिया. यार आई डोंट रियली अंडरस्टैंड द केज़ा साइनिंग, क्योंकि ये भी नहीं है ना कि वो खेला है और बुरा खेला है. वो खेला ही नहीं है. मतलब उसको मौका ही नहीं मिला. ही हैजंट इवन प्लेड फॉर लिवरपूल. मतलब उसने ही प्लेड अ कपल ऑफ कप गेम्स फॉर अस. ही प्लेड द कप फाइनल. ही स्कोर्ड इन द कप फाइनल. इट वाज अ consolation goal at the end of the day, but still he scored in that cup final. And we haven't really seen much of him apart from that. Injuries as well, which is obviously a very big problem with Chiesa. He's probably gonna be sold. I'm hoping he was sell ना हो. But again वही बात आती है कि if Slot does not like him, if Slot's not gonna give him the chance, I think he deserves to go elsewhere. वरना in terms of Liverpool fans, they really like Chiesa, even though he hasn't really played. लेकिन फिर भी I think he is a very talented player. कुछ season पहले वाला जो Chiesa था, I think injuries और वैसे भी he has slowed down a little bit in the past few years. He's still a very good player, and I think at another club he could flourish. I think on the bench है Chiesa. I mean, the attacking options जो अभी हमारे पास हैं, Chiesa would probably be our fourth choice attacker. Maybe fifth choice after Rio Angumoha. We're probably gonna sign a striker or a winger. A striker being Alexander Isak. That signing is taking a lot more time than it needed to take. Diaz and Nunez obviously have left the club. If Chiesa leaves as well, that's three attackers. We've only brought in Ekitike. So we do need to sign at least one attacker, and obviously Isak more than fills that void. Rio Ngumoha can step up and be the backup to Cody Gakpo as well, with Wirtz and Soboslai being able to play there. Liverpool also need a strong left winger, a flary one. कहाँ से भाई? Rio Ngumoha जो है, I mean that is a made for replacement already. We don't even have to sign him. Academy से है. और जो तू कह रहा है फ्लेरी वन, तो एग्जैक्टली लाइक डियाज है. मतलब यू वॉच एंगोमोआ प्ले एंड यू वॉच डियाज प्ले. इट्स लाइक वॉचिंग डियाज, पर लाइक डियाज ने ना कोई ड्रग्स किए हैं. मतलब इतना वो बंदा ड्रिबल कर रहा होता है. और थोड़ा एंड प्रोडक्ट थोड़ा सा मसला है, लेकिन भाई 16 साल का लड़का है. आई मीन he's gonna get better. McAllister on the bench, Chiesa, Elliott, Nioni, Doak, Engumoha, Robertson, Endo, Mamadashvili on the bench. No Simicas on the bench, and I think that is a sign that Simicas is probably going to leave the club. Engumoha, I'm really excited to see if he gets a chance. He probably will off the bench. Nioni, very excited if he comes on. I would have actually started Nioni over Jones, but again, it is a big game. Even if it's a so and so preseason game, it's a big game. You wouldn't really just want to throw the guy in there. But I think Nioni, I think would have been a very nice opportunity for him. Preseason में बहुत अच्छा करा. Same with Engumoa. Maybe we see him in the second half when the game does get a little bit techy, and you do need your backup players to come in. I mean, barely minutes to go now to the match. कल 3:30 आ जाना प्लीज़. 3:30 पे क्यों? हमारा हारून की जो टीम है उनका मैच कब है, ये बता दे मुझे। 3:30 पे तो नहीं आऊँगा भाई, मैं मैच खेलने आऊँगा बस। मुफ्त का मजदूर बनाया हुआ है यार मुझे। कोई कोई मुझे बेनिफिट्स तो दो, कोई भी बेनिफिट, मतलब मैं बहुत सस्ते में बिक जाऊंगा लेकिन कोई तो बेनिफिट हो मेरा। वन जिंगर बर्गर। आप मैच छोड़ो, आप मैनेजमेंट में हो, हेल्प अस, वी आर योर फ्रेंड्स। नहीं यार, दोस्ती बाद में यार, मुझे एक जिंगर बर्गर। यार क्या मैं एक जिंगर बर्गर के पीछे बिकूंगा? आई डोंट नो यार। इससे ज़्यादा आप ऑफर कर सकते हो मुझे मेरे ख्याल से। कौन कौन आ रहा है ये बता दो, आ जाऊंगा फिर। क्या मैं कॉलेज से आऊँ फिर मैं सोए बगैर टूर्नामेंट पे मेहनत मजदूरी करने आऊँ? मतलब ये ज्यादती है एक तरह से। आई थिंक द मैच इज बीइंग स्ट्रीम्ड ऑन लाइव एज वेल, एफए कप का जो यूट्यूब चैनल है। लेकिन मैं तो टैप मैट पे देख रहा था। आई हैव गॉट देयर सब्सक्रिप्शन। हारून, साले, मोइज, मोहम्मद, मी, तैयब। चल अगर तैयब आया तो मैं आ जाऊंगा, देखूंगा तो। नॉट पक्का। द मैच हैज स्टार्टेड। मैं स्ट्रीम अपनी देखने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि मैं किस पे देखूँ, टैप मैट पे या यूट्यूब पे। बट आई थिंक आई एम गोना वॉच ऑन टैप मैट। कोनाटे ने ऑलरेडी बॉल को पिच से बाहर फेंक दिया। 30 seconds in, Crystal Palace on the front foot. I think this is going to be a pretty good game of football. Two very good sides to watch, especially with the signings Liverpool have made. And I think Crystal Palace, they don't really need to make the signings in terms of their starting 11. They just need to make signings in terms of their whole squad. मैं एक सेकंड के लिए माइक बंद कर रहा हूँ, अजान हो रही है। बैक माइक ऑन कर लिया मैंने. आई एम ओनली गोना बी हियर फॉर 1 more minute आई थिंक. 1.5 more minute. फिर मैं नमाज़ पढ़ने जाना है, उसके बाद वापस आऊँगा. Liverpool have the possession of the football and I think this is something that you're gonna expect. पैलेस नॉर्मली भी काउंटर पे खेलती है एंड अगेंस्ट दिस लिवरपूल साइड यू डू फील कि जो वीकनेस है वो ऑन द काउंटर ही है विद हाउ फार अप आर प्लेयर्स आर गोना बी. ये सेकंड व्यूअर. सुनाओ अहमद भाई, कैसे हो यार आप? हॉक ये टॉक टू अ पॉडकास्ट है ये. Gakpo, थोड़ी Gakpo. वर्ड्स मैं तब से वेट कर रहा था यार. क्या बात है यार आपकी. मैं भी आपका वेट करता. ओ गोल. 4 minutes in, Hugo Ekitike makes it 1-0. What a start by Liverpool. I mean, I've been taken by surprise. I was not expecting that. I expected Liverpool to win this game and Ekitike to play well, पर 2 मिनट भी नहीं हुए यार. अभी तो मैं बकवास कर रहा था और Ekitike ने गोल मार दिया. Very nice goal. I think we have to change the score line now as well. Cody Gakpo at the ball. Wirtz gives it to Ekitike. And it looked quite subtle. Like he gives it to Wirtz back. He gets it back. He cuts inside and he scores. Very nice goal, man. Ugo Ekitike. I mean, that's what you expect from him. People are questioning his finishing ability. Well, I think a lot of the questions might be answered with that goal as well. Very early on, Liverpool throw the first punch in this Community Shield final. ये fan देखा देखा लग रहा है. I don't know why. Good celebration as well. We do know that he is known for his cold celebrations. Um, but 4 minutes in, Hugo Ekitike makes it 1-0 in the Community Shield final. What a start. And with that, I'm going to leave the stream for a little bit. I'm going to be back in like about 10 minutes. I have to go pray. नमाज पढ़नी है मैंने. उसके बाद वापस आऊँगा मैं. तो wait for that. Well, I'm back, and I guess you could say good timing or bad timing because Palace have just scored. It's 1-1. I'm going to update the score line. Then I'm going to look at the replay. Mateta converts the penalty. Sorry for the wait. Calmly taken penalty, slots it into the bottom corner. Allison dives the wrong way. I'm hoping they show the replay for the penalty, like the incident. Not very good though. We got the lead quite early on. To lose it quite early on as well now obviously isn't very good. The Palace fans, by the way, are in great number. I mean, you have to say that about the Palace fans. Um, I mean, they're always of class act. But I think at the start of the match, I saw some flares behind the goal as well. And I mean, that just goes to show how passionate they are. Liverpool on the attack, though, straight away. I think this is something that we're going to see from Liverpool, and that's that they are very attacking. And it's going to be a bit of a shootout in a lot of the games. Um, which obviously calls for a lot of entertaining football matches, but you would want a little bit more control, a little bit more defensive structure, especially from a team that obviously we expect to win the league now. They need to have a very good defensive structure, and that's one of the things Arsenal have. And now they've also gone and signed an attacker in Gyökeres, also signed Madueke, might sign Eze. Here's Munoz attacking down the right hand side, or you can say Liverpool's left hand side. It's not a great cross in though. I mean, you expect much better from Munoz. It was a similar position to what he was in for the Eze goal in the FA Cup final. Not quite got the same, you could say, cross or same delivery which he was hoping for. Liverpool losing out in the middle of the field again. Um, Again, you could probably see the difference of not having someone like McAllister and Gravenberg in there, but we do need to be much better. Munoz's ball in, and it is not a bad ball in. Tyreek Mitchell, fullback to fullback, or you could say wing back to wing back. Good combination, but no end product from Mitchell. A bit of a disappointing finish from him. But Liverpool do need to wake up. We did get the goal early on, but it's not gonna be smooth sailing for us throughout the game, and I think that's being shown here quite early on as well. I mean, the Ekitike goal was very nice, and that's very big positive already. मैंने स्ट्रीम के शुरू में भी कहा था कि it doesn't really matter कि result क्या हो. Obviously, it's a good thing to win football matches and to win trophies, and this is no different. But there have to be positive takeaways, and that goes already a positive. His Frimpong, very attacking position, Frimpong, and he scored. That is a very weird goal. He was trying to cross it, Jeremy Frimpong, and it's found its way into the back of the net. And Liverpool make it 2-1. What a game of football. I was telling you guys it's going to be a very good game of football. And I think this is, I guess, signs to come from Liverpool. The fact that we've gone so attacking with our formation, Jeremy Frimpong finding himself very, very advanced. I think he was looking for a cross. Obviously, he's not even going to claim it. That was supposed to be a shot. He was looking for a cross, and it was just very mishit, very badly hit, and it just trickles over Dean Henderson and finds its way into the back of the net. And Liverpool regain the advantage 2-1 here through Jeremy Frimpong. A summer signing Hugo Ekitike got the first goal. A summer signing Jeremy Frimpong's got the second goal. It was a very good crossfield ball. I don't know from who it was. Maybe it was Van Dijk. Really good positioning from Frimpong. His signature move on the right hand side. The cross, he was expecting for it to be a better cross, but I don't think he's gonna be complaining because it's ended up going into the back of the net. 2-1. I mean, we're only what? Um, we're barely halfway through the first. We're not even halfway through the first half, and it's already 3 goals into the game. So, I mean, very good to see, to say the least. It's just that Liverpool on the attack, they're just so good. The likes of Ekitike, Salah, Frimpong, you see Gakpo in there, the midfield in Wirtz, and Sobozla is playing today, of course. Just so dynamic, that forward line, and you just cannot keep them quiet. I didn't see the penalty incident. I want to see that. I want to see what happened. I want to see if it was a fair penalty or not, and who gave it away. I think it's gonna be a interesting takeaway. Florian Wirtz combining with Dominic Soboslai. Really nicely done by Soboslai. Gives it to Gakpo. Gakpo, that is very lazy from Gakpo. He had two options. He just did not want to go for either of them. And now Eberiche Eze finds himself in a 1v1 against Kanate. But Frimpong, we see that pace. Question marks about his defending, but a really big plus point is that pace. Really good recovery speed and helping out Kanate. And what looked like a 1v1 quickly turned into a 3v1, and Frimpong managed to win the ball. Adam Wharton on the ball now. I think that's going to be one place where Crystal Palace might excel. Van Dijk wins the ball back though. Here is Florian Wirtz, gives it to Mo Salah. Tries to give it back to Frimpong as a strong challenge. Not given as a foul. Frimpong though has fouled Tarek Mitchell. I was just checking. Okay, that makes me very like they could say nervous. Nervous नहीं कहूँगा, लेकिन it's always something that's in the back of the mind के आवाज़ जा भी रही है, ऐनी बकवास तो नहीं मैं कर रहा, लेकिन जा रही है आवाज़. A replay of the goal. I mean, it didn't take long for us to reply to Crystal Palace. Not in the way that Frimpong was trying, but I don't think anyone minds, honestly. I think we've got a drinks break, something that we're gonna see a little bit throughout this season. We saw it in the Club World Cup as well, because of the weather and to give the players a bit of a breather, which is needed in this time of the year, especially. Um, I don't think it's gonna be happening throughout the winter. It shouldn't be happening throughout the winter, but I think this is peak summer season, especially in England. So you do want the players to get a bit of a rest, to get a bit of a breather, just to grab a drink. Also gives a very good opportunity for teams to regroup, replan, re-strategize. I don't think Liverpool would need to re-strategize much. Palace would obviously need to look at the fact that Liverpool have ripped them apart 2 times now. But that's what you get with Liverpool. But they have to be very encouraged by the fact that they have scored a goal. Um, and they have to be encouraged by the fact they are getting breakaways and there are holes in this Liverpool side. एक तो वैसे भी हमारा structure is quite attacking, but not having Gravenberg and McAllister, two of our defensive midfielders, Soboslai and Jones cannot fill those voids. So that's being shown very clearly as so far. Match is underway once again. Adam Wharton trying to cross it in. Allison grabs it. Started very quickly that. Yeah. Konate is on the ground. Well, not on the ground, but he's on his knees. He's pointing towards his eye or something. I think it's something's gotten into his eye. He's washing his face. I mean, you do get a bit nervous when a player goes down, especially Konate. In the center back position, we don't really have much backup. Gomez, I think, is injured as well. Not long term, but he is short term injured, and we don't have anyone else really. I mean, Gravenberg and Endo are gonna be our center backs. Other than that, I mean, that's quite obvious that we need to sign a center back, and we are hopeful that we sign a center back. Will Hughes is readying. I don't know who he is coming on for. I might have missed something. Oh yeah, Daichi Kamada is on the floor as well. That's probably who Will Hughes is gonna come on for. Not good to see, obviously. Daichi Kamada, the Palace mid team as a whole, I really like it. Especially the team that they've started out with Kamada and Wharton in that midfield together. I think it's a very nice side. Looks a little bit concerning, especially with the fact that he has to come off. Obviously, that could be a protective measure as well, but you wouldn't really be taking off your player for something minimal. Will Hughes comes in. Will Hughes one of those players, man, that you don't really assign with being a very good footballer. I mean, you look at him and you don't really get good footballer vibes from him. But at the same time, I think he's a really good footballer. Bit touche that, but overall, like for Watford as well, in the latter parts in the Premier League, he was very good. That obviously earned him a move to Crystal Palace, and he's been good for Palace. He comes on as well now. The substitutions just been made. Daichi Kamada coming off for Will Hughes. They're gonna play the same position, gonna play the same role. It's a like for like change. Not gonna change much in terms of the system. I think we'll use more capable defensively than Daichi Kamada. But in terms of the position and the role, I think it's quite similar what they're gonna play. Allison boots it long. Richards heads it straight to Ekitike. Really nice connection for a little bit, then he loses out with Florian Wirtz. I think that could be a combination to really cherish this season from Liverpool. Obviously, with the signing of Isak, which everyone is hopeful that we do sign Isak, um, there could be a lot of changes to the side, a lot of changes in the formation, the changes of style. But I think Wirtz and Ekitike, that is one combination that I think a lot of Liverpool fans alike are really anticipating to do well. Soboslai over the top, very good pass to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo kind of makes a mess of it, goes backwards. Soboslai, Frimpong's in there. Florian Wirtz, yeah, was a bit behind Florian Wirtz. Here is Milos Kerkez combining with his Hungarian teammate. Hungary teammate. That sounds a bit odd. Soboslai with a throw in. Very fast paced game. You do feel like every single touch, every single phase of play, you're gonna get something. We are missing Gravenberg. I think Gravenberg होता तो काफ़ी कंट्रोल होना था इस टीम में जो obviously missing है, but that's part of it. I don't think Jones and Soboslai give you that control. McAllister, if he comes on second half, which he probably will, we are gonna see a bit of an improvement in that department. Van Dijk with the ball. Woods coming in very deep, and again that's probably due to the fact that we don't have Gravenberg. Milos Kerkez trying to put a ball forward for Ugo Ekitike, just a little bit too much onto it. But Ekitike is a willing runner. He does drift wide. Something that we saw at Frankfurt as well, that he goes into that wider positions. He starts as a 9 and then goes into a wider position. We saw it when he was playing alongside Marmoush as well. Um, Very capable in doing that. I mean, that's where the goal came from as well. He drifted into a bit of a wider position. फाइनली बैक ये ये बड़ा यार मैं अकेला बकवास कर रहा हूँ यार यहाँ पे। खैर मैं बकवास करने में बहुत अच्छा हूँ यार, तो मैं मेरे लिए ना ये परफेक्ट वो है, परफेक्ट थिंग टू डू है। कोई बंदा आए ही ना स्ट्रीम में ना, आई डोंट केयर, मैं बोलता जाऊँगा। ठीक है। आई थिंक मुझे वैसे ये कोई मेंटल इलनेस है, मैं पिछली स्ट्रीम में भी यही बात कर रहा था, ये कोई मेंटल इलनेस है वैसे, जिसको मैं इतना खुशी से बता रहा हूँ, लेकिन कोई नहीं यार। अकेले नहीं यार, मैं भी हूँ, यही बात है यार। अकेला नहीं हूँ यार मैं। अल्लाह इज़ ऑलवेज विद अस ब्रो। ट्रू। यस वेरी ट्रू। कल कॉलेज भी जाना है यार। यार एक तो ये सैटरडे संडे पता ही नहीं लगता यार कब खत्म हो जाता है। वैसे सैटरडे संडे को भी आवाज़ारी होता है बंदा। नो वन वांट्स छुट्टियां यार। कॉलेज जाके भी वही ज़िंदगी है, घर रह के भी वही ज़िंदगी है। जलालत होती है। आई मीन सुकून कहाँ पे है यार। अभी तक उस सही बात है यार। किडनैप किडनैप ना कर लिया हो। होपफुल हूँ कि कल कल तक कोई राब्ता हो जाए, कोई खबर आ जाए। ये तिलंगे क्या पता उसे सही में मरी मरी ले गए हो भाई। यू नेवर नो। Gakpo gives it to Salah, a little bit in front of Salah. Salah का back pass to Frimpong. Jones gives it to Salah. किडनैपिंग की खबर, सही बात है। मैं तो कह रहा हूँ कोई खबर दर्ज भी कर लेते हैं, कोई चक्कर नहीं। वैसे अगर कॉलेज से भागिए तो अच्छी बात ही है। काश मैं भी ये कर पाता। अल्लाह सबको ऐसे नसीब अता फरमाए कि वो भाग सकें। वैन डाइक, गैकपो, वेरी नाइस टच। बॉल होगी बाहर। यार गैकपो बहुत स्लो खेल रहा है। I mean, he gets the ball and he touches it and he goes backwards, which I mean, I don't really like that. He needs to go forward. आमीन यार, आप क्यों आमीन कर रहे हो यार? आपने अब तो पूरा साल गुजारना है हमने। ठीक है ना, अब आप खुश रहो यार, अब आप इंडोर्स करो इस बात को कि मैं फ्यूचर वर्ल्ड स्टूडेंट हूँ। माशाल्लाह से जो स्ट्रीम है वो ख़त्म ही हो गई यूट्यूब पे इनकी, कम्युनिटी शील्ड वालों की। खैर अपने कोल टैप मैट हैगा जे, गरीब नहीं है हम। 300 रुपये देता हूँ महीना। We can pull this up and watch the match. I think that's gonna make a lot of people join the live stream. This isn't a live stream, by the way, for anyone who's just joined into the stream. This is just a watch along. The live stream was being streamed on the official channel of the Emirates FA Cup. That stream has just ended randomly. Um, I've got another stream though, so I'm just gonna pull that up. Still 2-1 though in this Community Shield final. Goals from Ugo Ekitike, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Jeremy Frimpong. I've got the stream up now. Alison gives it to Kirkesh. I don't know why their live stream has ended on YouTube. Maybe if it was only for 35 minutes and they're not gonna stream the whole match, but that's a bit weird. I mean, you're supposed to stream the whole match. अगर stream करना ही नहीं था, then why start in the first place? Kirkesh with the ball. Back to Allison. The game has settled down a little bit. I mean, the start was very exciting from both sides. You did expect it to settle down a little bit. A few less spaces in the Liverpool team as well. I think the players are a little bit getting used to their roles because the midfield they're playing in very contrasting roles today. All three of them have gone into the very deep position, especially because we don't have Gravenberg and we don't really have a like for like replacement for Gravenberg. I think the closest thing we have to him is Trenioni, who's not starting. I guess rightly so as well. He is quite young. Wharton tried to play a pass in, way overhead though. Now Jones is in the deep position, that number 6 role. I think Jones is the most capable in that spot. We do tend to play a double pivot. One stays a little bit deeper, one joins the attack, obviously like Gravenberg and McAllister. I think Sobosla is playing that one that goes a little bit further, while Jones is playing that number 6. Long ball over the top by Kirkesh, but Gakpo offside again. Very disappointed by Gakpo so far. I think he is very much slowing the pace of play for Liverpool. You expect him to be playing much better than this. I'm hopeful that someone like Rio Ngumoha comes in the second half and really lights up this match. But you do expect better from Gakpo, who is obviously our by far and away our starting left winger for the season. We don't have Diaz anymore. That is a rough challenge by Frimpong. Is it going to be a free kick? It is a free kick. Frimpong can be very aggressive. I think he is a bit too fast. He's fast in his tackling as well. He needs to be a bit careful. He is in a very much more defensively demanding position than he was at Leverkusen. At Leverkusen, he was just given as much freedom as you can give to a right wing back to go and attack. He was basically a right winger. He would even go into the box as like a shadow striker at times. It's a very different role. A lot of people are saying that he can't defend. He can defend. It's just that it's not a role that is being deployed in at Leverkusen. Not a good pass by Dean Henderson. Not entirely known for his distribution either. Seems to be angry at someone, but that was just a really bad pass. But to be honest, that's what goalkeepers do. Blame it on the defenders. Throw in for Liverpool. 40 minutes into this Community Shield final, Liverpool leading 2-1 thanks to a beautiful goal from Hugo Ekitike and a very weird goal, a very confusing goal, but a goal nonetheless from Jeremy Frimpong. And Palace, they got the goal. They got the equalizer before Frimpong got the goal, and it was a penalty for Jean-Philippe Mateta. I didn't see the incident. I wasn't watching. I was gone for a bit at that time. There's 4 viewers into the stream. If there's anyone listening, watching, uh, do like the stream, do subscribe to the channel, do check out other content. I'm not just someone who does watchalongs or stuff like that. I make a whole array of YouTube videos. Quite new into my YouTube channel as well. Go kick for Palace. Again, Liverpool controlling the phase of play. Palace trying to get something on the counter, but ever since that goal, they haven't quite got it. Had a bit of a chance there, but Konate. I think Konate is going to be crucial to how Liverpool play and how Liverpool defend. Over the top ball by Konate that could be a cause for concern. Not really. Henderson does well. Here is Wirtz, gives it to Jeremy Frimpong. Has decent amount of space. Does Jeremy Frimpong? It's not a great pass by him though, but Liverpool do retreat the ball. Van Dijk to Wirtz. Florian Wirtz to Soboslai. The link up between Wirtz and Soboslai is something that I really am enjoying. Ekitike now trying to get it into Wirtz. He had much more of an option trying to play it into the right back Jeremy Frimpong than he did there, but that's what he decided to do. Van Dijk with the ball now. Florian Wirtz. Soboslai. Not quite. And that's a foul by Konate. He needs to be careful. He's on a yellow. He's got a yellow card now. That's gonna be very important for the game as well, um, because he is gonna have to make a lot of the challenges, and he is on a yellow card now. So he's got to be careful. We might see as they take him on a little bit more now. They're trying to go down the right hand side, but I think there's much more of an opportunity if they go down the left hand side with Eberiche Eze and Tyreek Mitchell, because of the fact Frimpong does go higher up than Kirkes at most times. Um, so probably, and Eze is their best player, so they do need to go on the left hand side a little bit more, not the avenue that they have picked so far though. Curtis Jones with the ball passes in between Van Dijk and Kirkic. Kirkic recovers it. Just a few minutes left till the half-time interval. Allison boots that one out. Offside. Arne Slot rubbing his shiny bald head. That is top tier content. Mo Salah hasn't really gotten involved into the game. Maybe it's a sign of things to come, where Salah's gonna play a bit of the chilled role and not have that much of the responsibility. Ekitike, great stuff, man. Great determination, great industry from Hugo Ekitike, and he keeps going as well and wins the throw in. Really nice. Really impressed with how Hugo Ekitike has been playing. I think that's been the biggest takeaway from this match. How well Hugo Ekitike has played. Van Dijk with the ball over the top. It's a really good ball. Almost finding its way to Mo Salah. Frimpong fought for it, didn't quite get it. Van Dijk with the header. Very comfortable. Is Curtis Jones. It's a very nice kit, this one for Liverpool. I do prefer the home one, but one thing that I don't like about the Liverpool kits is the font on the back. It's the same font from last season, and I don't really like it. I like a more bold, clean font, which obviously we're gonna see in the Premier League, but this is the font that's gonna be used in the Champions League and stuff like that. I think we need to go with a more clean, more bold font, something that we saw in like 18, 19 and those years. This is a bit of a confusing font. Maybe it worked with our kits from last season, but I think this season we've gone with more cleaner kits, a more cleaner look. The font should be a bit cleaner as well. TK again fighting for the ball. This time he fouls Chris Richards, but that's not a problem really. Really good ball over the top. Munoz finds himself onside, and it's a great ball in, but it finds no one. Ismail Assar was fighting for it, and he was very close to it from what I saw. Really good ball over the top to find Munoz. Peeled away with a very good cross. I think it's just a bit too high. Assar was maybe hoping for something across the ground or maybe a little bit lower, but it was quite high. He couldn't get his head to it. Tried to get his foot to it. Didn't quite work out. I think that's gonna be the last action of the game, or one of the last actions of the game. It's a throw in for Liverpool. We're into the 48th minute now. Frimpong just delaying it. I think it's quite obvious why he's doing that. Jones gives it to Allison, who gives it to Milos Kerkez. Gives it to Allison, who's gonna go long. Here is Florian Wirtz, Van Dijk, Kanate. Still no whistle, which is interesting. Mateta has a chance. He's offside. He kind of scuffs his shot, anyways. Still no whistle for halftime, though. Oh, I just saw 7 minutes added on. My bad. I don't know why I'm calling for a whistle. I didn't even see that it was 7 minutes added on. So there is about 4 minutes left in this half. इनका animation थोड़ी different है ना. They have the added time towards the left. They don't have it on top of the minutes. So there are 4 minutes left in this game. Robertson watching on from the bench. No Simikas on the bench, which I guess proves to me that Simikas is gonna leave, and Robertson's gonna be back up. Salah gets it to Ekitike. The touch left a little bit to be desired though. Frimpong. Ekitike. Ekitike is very smooth with it. I can't lie. Van Dijk. Frimpong. Sorry, not Frimpong. Kerkesh. Wirtz now. Good defending. 3 minutes left in this half. Here is Soboslai Wirtz. Soboslai back to Florian Wirtz. Ooh. Back, he gets it back again, Wirtz. Flicks it over to Jeremy Frimpong, who blazes it wide. He could have just given it to Salah or to someone in the midfield, but I mean, he's got one goal for Frimpong. He might as well go for it again. Wirtz with a very nice pick away, finding Frimpong in that position. He had Salah with him. That probably was the better option, at least. Long ball by Dean Henderson. Palace recovered the ball. Adam Wharton nearly gives it to Munoz. Allison nearly spilled it as well. But he's found Gakpo in a bit of a position. Gakpo hasn't had a great game. This is the time for Cody Gakpo to do something. Again, he's so slow with it. A counter was on and he's just been very slow with it. And that's not really acceptable looking at how fast the rest of the team's been playing, like Salah, Ekitike. You see Frimpong, the way they're moving the ball, and then you see Gakpo just sitting on the ball almost. Same with Jones, to be honest. That's the problem a lot of people have with Curtis Jones, is that he's just so slow on the ball. He just sits on it. And the rest of our team is so smooth that you need to be faster. I mean, on what basis is he playing if he is playing at that speed? Florian Wirtz gets the ball from Jones, gives it back to Jones now. Last action of the first half, you would expect Kerkesh, good run. Gakpo, don't slow it down. Okay, he did not slow it down this time. Ekitike with trying to be very intricate. Uh, we need to fire the gun at situation like that. Ebericheze might have a chance before this half closes. He has a bit of a Gakpo moment as well, and he passes it backwards. Passing it around the back, last few seconds of the first half, ball over the top. Van Dijk should deal with that. Doesn't quite, and Kekej has gone flying in for absolutely no reason, and he completely messed it up. Palace recover the ball. Nothing comes off of it right now, though. Munoz is gonna be free, and he gets the ball again. Daniel Munoz, they're gonna get a goal like that. A Munoz cross is gonna find someone like Mateta or Eze, but that's the end of the first half. Hugo Ekitike probably scoring the goal of the game. I mean, definitely scoring the goal of the game. The other goals were a penalty and a quite scuffy cross that found its way in the back of the net. But a very good half, all in all, especially the first 25-30 minutes of it. Very good football from two very, very exciting teams, two very, very, you would say, attacking teams as well. Um, Liverpool did progress well defensively as the game kind of progressed, but you do expect Liverpool to sort out a lot of the defensive problems that we do have. It is halftime now. 15 minutes to regroup for the players. I want to see the incident for the penalty. They haven't shown a replay or anything. I missed that, and it looks like I'm gonna miss it anyways. I think Sar was the one who was fouled, but we don't know how he was fouled. Soboslai got the goal for got the assist for the Frimpong goal, which is nice, obviously. Nice to see Dominic Soboslai getting in the goal contributions. It's gonna be very interesting to see how Slot fits him into his side. Obviously, he has weights now. McAllister and Grabenberg are probably gonna come back into the side. Does he move Wirtz to the left? I personally do not hate the idea of Florian Wirtz playing on the left wing because I think that gives us the chance to play Soboslai in the middle. Now, how good Wirtz will be on the middle as compared to somewhere uh, in midfield is obviously something we don't know. But I think he can do a job there as well. I mean, personally, that's the only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed by is how Gakpo's gone about his game. I did not see much from him. Much to be excited about, that's what I mean. Mm-mm-mm. 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 I mean, watching Florian Wirtz play is just something different. He's got an assist, but I think goal and assist को आप exclude भी कर दो. Even if you don't count the goals and assists, just the way he plays, every time he touches the ball, you expect something, and that's something that we obviously got with Trent Alexander-Arnold for most of his time at Liverpool. Just every single touch, every single movement is just, he's gonna look forward. He's gonna be able to play that pass. Another player, Ugo Ekitike, every single time he touches the ball, just see so much quality in him. And I mean, that's where the goal came about as well, where it's and Ekitike combining. Mm, mm, mm. Let me pull up the match if they're showing anything for the halftime interval. They're just showing the highlights. Halftime stats दिखा रहे हैं. 5 shots to Palace, 4 shots to Liverpool, 1 on target for Palace, 2 on target for Liverpool, 2 corners to 0, 3 to 3 offsides. I mean, the stats are quite split. All shots on target have found their way into the back of the net. Um, Uwe TK, 1 goal, 1 shot. Yeah, 12 passes, 83% passing. I mean, not looking at the stats, but overall, I've been very impressed by Ugo TK. Mateta, in a similar vein, I think it's been a quite a Mateta type position for Mateta type performance. What do you expect from Jean Philippe Mateta? Uh, just being, just been tall, just been big, just been forward. I just been relying on those long balls to get to him, just heading them on. Would like to see him move with the ball a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna get much of an opportunity. That's just the nature of the game. Um Palace are playing a better side, and they accept that. I'm actually gonna make a little bit of a change to, let's see, the 11s you're seeing on the screen. Obviously, because Hughes has come in for Kamada, so I'm gonna make that change for Daichi Kamada. It's still like 4 or 5 minutes, I think, uh, till the second half starts. Liverpool lead at the break. Thoughts in the first half? Just seen a very nice thing on social media. Jeremy Frimpong took his shot, which led to a goal at 2020. Obviously, that is attributed to Diogo Jota. Really beautiful thing to see. Obviously, it's a bit of a coincidence, but still nice to see that as well. Yep, news coming out now. I think this is a post from 2 hours ago. I've just seen it though. Costa Simicas, Nottingham Forest interested in Costa Simicas. That's why he's not in the Liverpool squad. Australia in the transfer window about the left back, and there has been more European and domestic interest. Liverpool would only consider permanent deal at this stage. Obviously, when there's no need or there's no point in loaning him out to Forest. I don't know why Forest are looking for a left back. Is it because they're trying to replace Nico Williams? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. Is it a replacement for Ola Aina? Again, that does not make sense either. So it's maybe it could be as in they need a backup, because I don't think Costa Simicas is better than Ola Aina or Nico Williams for that matter at the moment in time. But I think it's gonna be a good move nonetheless for us. We do need to offload him. Hopefully, we get a decent amount of money for him. Liverpool have no plans to sign number six. I think that's everyone already knows that. Gravenberg's gonna be the starting number six, and then we're gonna have a mixture of Jones, McAllister, Soboslai, Trainioni maybe come into it as well. I mean, transfer window at the moment in time, it's starting to look bad for Liverpool now that we've gotten rid of Diaz, Nunez, and Elliot may be leaving as well, and the fact that Concer's left. I mean, we need a centre back at the very least. We need an attacker at the very least. And if we don't do that, I'm not sure if this is as much of a revolutionary window जो हमने सोचा हुआ है लिवरपूल के लिए. पकौड़े लगने वाले लिवरपूल के doesn't look like that भाई. अभी तो लिवरपूल अच्छा खेल रही है और लग भी जाए भाई. It's a pre-season game at the end of the day. Community Shield. You wanna win this game, but इतनी कोई ये मैटर नहीं करती. At the moment तो काफ़ी इन फेवर है लिवरपूल के. बट पैलेस अगेन देर अ वेरी काउंटर अटैकिंग साइड. इनको दो काउंटर चाहिए बस और इन्होंने इक्वलाइज कर लेना है. एंड दैट्स द गुड एंड बैड थिंग अबाउट देम. दैट्स व्हाट मेक्स देम सो गुड इन नॉकआउट कॉम्पिटिशंस कि इनको 2 मिनट लगने हैं गोल करने में. दे डोंट नीड टू हैव एनी कंट्रोल ओवर द गेम एट ऑल. And they haven't had much control over the game. All their shots come from counter attacking situations. लिवरपूल डू लुक अ लिटिल बिट वीक ऑन द काउंटर अटैक्स. अगेन जो मैंने पॉइंट आउट किया था कि मिडफील्ड हमारी ऐसी खेल रही है कि तीनों जो प्लेयर्स खेल रहे हैं यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई देम एज अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर्स. तो सेस्को इज गोना डिस्ट्रॉय प्रीमियर लीग दिस सीजन. भाई जो बंदा बुंडेसलीगा को डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं कर सका. खैर मैंने मैंने जो वीडियो बनाई थी सेस्को के ऊपर आई थिंक उसमें मैंने काफ़ी अच्छी बातें की थी सेस्को के बारे में. लेकिन आई थिंक सेस्को को थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. यूनाइटेड इजंट रियली आई डोंट नो द मूव फॉर अ प्लेयर of his age. Maybe he should have gone to Newcastle. He does score a lot of very good goals. He is very talented. But 13 goals in the Bundesliga last year. प्रीमियर लीग में आके अब क्या करता है यूनाइटेड में. ये ना कि उसके ऊपर प्रेशर और ऑल ऑफ द सडन आ जाएगा कि भाई इसने खेलना है, इसने हर मैच खेलना है, इसने हर मैच में गोल मारने. तो उस प्रेशर को हैंडल करना इज़ अ वेरी बिग डील. बाकी एज अ प्लेयर आई रियली लाइक शेष को. डिस्ट्रॉय तो नहीं करेगा लेकिन आई थिंक ही कैन proved to be a very capable replacement for Rasmus Højlund. लिवरपूल शुड प्ले साइफर्स लॉन्ग बॉल. यार वैसे क्रिस्टल पैलेस साइफर्स लॉन्ग बॉल खेलती है. साइफर्स लॉन्ग बॉल तो नहीं, क्योंकि इनके पास कोई इनका बड़ा स्ट्राइकर है. साइफर्स में बड़ा स्ट्राइकर नहीं है कोई यार. कोई आपको 6 फुट 5 इंच का ना कोई बड़ा सारा बंदा चाहिए जो स्ट्राइकर खेले, फिर इस क्रिस्टल पैलेस से काफ़ी कॉम्बिनेशन मिलेगी. लिवरपूल नहीं यार, लिवरपूल साइफर्स लॉन्ग बॉल नहीं खेल सकते भाई. एलिसन की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन शेख साथ जितनी अच्छी नहीं है. दे कांट प्ले लाइक दैट. यार तला ये तो बता हमारा मैच कितने बजे है यार, हारून भट्टी की टीम का. दोपहर में ही रख ली, मतलब 3 से 5 के दरमियान. नमाजों वाले टाइम पे ना रखी. प्लेयर्स कमिंग आउट फॉर द सेकंड हाफ. एक ही चेंज हुआ है और वो फोर्स चेंज था. डाइची कमाडा वेंट डाउन इंजर्ड और उसकी जगह आया था विल यूज. Obviously, we're not gonna see any changes at the moment as the match progresses. 5 बजे किक ऑफ, 4:45 आ जाना. सही है यार. वैसे ये भी गंदा टाइम ही रखा है, नमाज वाला टाइम ही है ये. खैर 4:45, 5 बजे किक ऑफ, ख़त्म होगा ये 5:45. तो असर का टाइम रहता तो होगा. हम्म. यार जमात का बड़ा मसला होता है यार. घर से बाहर जाओ ना कोई मैच वगैरह खेलने के लिए, जमात रह जाती है. घर में तो ये होता है ना कि साथ ही मस्जिद है, मेरे लिए तो सौखा काम है. उधर शालीमार के पीछे है वैसे एक मस्जिद, मैं गया नहीं हूँ कभी. देखना पड़ेगा सीन. किक ऑफ हो गया. लिवरपूल टेकिंग द किक ऑफ, मूविंग फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट नाउ. लिवरपूल कहीं मुझे बात करवा देंगे. सही है यार. आई एम डाउन. Cody Gakpo with the ball. Cody Gakpo cuts inside. Still has it, Cody Gakpo. Kirk catches cross. Ekitike. Oh, he should have scored that, Hugo Ekitike. पता नहीं किधर हेडर मार रहा था. Had a free header there, I mean. Similar situation to what we saw in the last preseason game. He was offside anyways. खैर फिर भी he should be finishing that. Uh, I mean the goal that he scored was a very good finish. This was a simpler header. Was offside, so wouldn't really have counted. So I mean, चलो मोटो मैं निकलता हूँ मैच के लिए. ओके यार, जाओ आप मैच खेल. हार के आ जाओ यार आप साइफर्स के साथ. Margehi to Dean Henderson. दैट शिट ब्यूटी. स्टोरी लगी तो मतलब जीत गए, ना लगी ये मुझे पता है यार. हफ्ते में 4 4 मैच खेलते हो लेकिन स्टोरी 2 हफ्ते बाद लगती है. मतलब कोई तो चक्कर है ना. कोई तो चक्कर है. कोई नहीं यार. आई मीन ऑब्वियसली हारने की थोड़ी ना स्टोरी लगाएगा कोई बंदा. के जी लॉस 10-1 टू साबुन FC. Salah gives it to Frimpong. Back to Mo Salah. Curtis Jones has the ball. I want to see McAllister come in for Curtis Jones. Here is Salah. Keeps it in Mo Salah. A very different role I think we're going to see from Mo Salah. I don't think he's gonna be the main guy for us anymore. Main guy, he's still gonna be the main guy, but he's not. We're not gonna be that much reliant on him. Like previous seasons, we've basically had it that he's gonna carry us um, pretty much through every single game, and that's not gonna happen. You shouldn't expect that from anyone, right? That's just very unfair. Corner for Liverpool. Florian Wirtz taking the corners. McAllister is not on the pitch. When I think McAllister is our first choice set piece taker. It's a corner. It's not a bad delivery, to be honest. Eze up against Frimpong, and nothing really comes off of it. Munoz is on the ground. Is he injured or is he just trying to buy out something? उड़ जा भाई. Let this game play out. It's been a very nice game to watch. I think it looked like no, it wasn't a foul. It was the referee. Munoz just crashed straight into the referee, which made him fall down. I mean, he should probably open his eyes a little bit. Dean Henderson gives it to Chris Richards. Maxence Lecqua back to Chris Richards. Over the top, trying to find Mateta. Way too much on it. Easy grab for Alison Becker. Just notice that I've still got half time written here, which, I mean, that's pretty stupid from me. Second half is what should be written. Again, Wirtz so good on the ball. Has he fouled him or has he been fouled? I think he's been fouled, yeah. Rarely loses the ball, Florian Wirtz. And like he did, really loses the ball in what you would say like passive situations. In obviously aggressive situations when he's trying to make passes, when he's getting into the box, he's gonna lose the ball. But in passive situations, he rarely loses the ball. So he's got both of those departments very much sorted, which obviously is very nice to have at any level of football. Cody Gakpo with the ball. It's a good pass. Ugo Ekitike now. Doesn't really have much of space there, but he moves backwards. Florian Wirtz's cross. Not too much elevation on it. Needed a bit more from him. Here is Gakpo. Kekes. Wirtz. Very nice football. Ekitike blazes it over. That was a brilliant chance. Very good football again from Liverpool. Wirtz, Ekitike, Gakpo, Kirkish combining. And Ekitike, he should be finishing that, man. I mean, that is the real question with him. Is he that much of a good finisher? He did take the first goal that he scored was very well taken, but he should be finishing that. It would have given us a very, very much needed um, cushion here as well. Still 2-1 though. Kirkish with the ball. Kirkish moves a little bit inward, like he basically makes it into a three back. He also goes into an attacking position, but he makes it into a three back. Like he moves into the inverted fullback position, which I think is very interesting as well. Something that he did do at Bournemouth as well. He played that inverted role, like he would underlap and he would overlap. And the fact that he can run basically the whole match, he just makes him such an X factor fullback. Van Dijk to Wirtz. Wirtz so controlled that pass. Salah Konate going down in the hope that he would get something for that. Very hopeful though. Cody Gakpo up against Munoz does so well, does Cody Gakpo. This is more like it from Cody Gakpo. Just needs to be faster. This needs to be faster. There needs to be more purpose with his running. Frimpong, Jones. That's not a bad ball in. It's a good header as well. Here is Hugo Ekitike. Salah. No. Ekitike needed to take it. Ekitike needed to take that shot. And if he wasn't going to take that shot, the only option that he had was probably to give it to Wirtz if he could find him. Salah was just way too wide. I think maybe Ekitike's touch took it a bit away from him, which made him pass it to Salah. But he should have taken that on Ekitike, and I expected him to take it on with the confidence that he does have at the moment. Kanate gives it to Van Dijk. Milos Kerkesh. Van Dijk. Kerkesh. Soboslai. Loses out. Ismail Assar has Eze in front of him. Eze has a great opportunity and he just trips over. Not gonna get a penalty for that. He just kind of found himself in between Frimpong and Konate. Florian Wirtz. Dominic Soboslai. Trying to find Salah. Frimpong very aggressive. That's another foul from Frimpong. He has to be careful. He is very aggressive, Frimpong. He could have won that ball without fouling. It wasn't Frimpong, it was actually Jones. Jones and Konate. Florian Wirtz. Good pass by Salah. Soboslai. Gakpo. Yeah, just too many Crystal Palace bodies. They just flock that box. Crystal Palace every time that they uh, are under pressure. Everyone basically comes into that box. Apart from Mateta and Eze. Even Ismail Assar comes back. Not a good pass by Chris Richards. Richards has struggled a lot in this game. A lot of our attack has come down the left hand side with uh, Gakpo, Akitike, Kirkesh, Wirtz moving into that position. It's been a bit too much, and Munoz obviously likes to attack. So that obviously leaves a bit of a gap. Chris Richards, he is a very good player. I do like Chris Richards a lot, but hasn't had the best of games. He has struggled quite a bit so far. Fouled by Florian Wirtz. On the attack now, Munoz. Gehi gives it to Villiers. Back to Margehi. Oh, that was so close. I thought it went in. It was a cross over the top. I think Mateta headed it, and then Ismail Assar trying to head it inside, but he managed to head it outside the goal from basically point blank range. Gehi's cross in. Mateta, I think he would have been offside Ismail Assar, but that should have been put in. It was a good cross by Margehi. Mateta with the header, Ismail Assar with the header. I don't know how he did not manage to put that inside the post. It was so close as well. I mean, at first I thought it would have gone in, but it has not. I mean, thank goodness it hasn't. Here is Dominic Soboslai, Kirkesh, Jones, Wirtz picks up the ball in a very good position. Ekitike back to Wirtz. Trying to find Gakpo. Gakpo not really on the same wavelength. Mateta now. Now they've got the ball into Mateta. They go backwards again though. Liverpool are being very aggressive. They need to be very aggressive. They know there are holes in their team at the moment. They know they don't have McAllister and Gravenberg on the pitch. So they know they need to be aggressive. They cannot let Crystal Palace counter attack. They cannot sit off them at all. Ismail Assar. That's a great ball over the top, but Allison does so well. So well, Allison Becker. I led to the situation that really could have been curtains for us, but very well done by Allison Becker. That goes out for a corner though. Corner for Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace players trying to rock up the fans. I think the fans have been brilliant throughout the match. That's what you get with Palace, really. Abariche Eze takes the shot. It's gonna go out for another corner. Again, Mateta trying to rile up the fans. I mean, the fans are up and singing, man. You guys need to find yourself a goal at the moment. Adam Wharton to take the corner. Ooh, free header for Chris Richards. But he hit it straight into Alison Becker's hands. Quite tame as well. It was very soft. Straight into his hands. Basically catching practice for someone like him. Liverpool trying to get it forward. Not quite though. Now Palace trying to get it forward. They're trying to play very end-to-end football here. No team wants to mess about. I think Palace, they can't really mess about, and their game is to just boot it long. They don't want to go through Liverpool. They want to counter attack. They want to be, defense to attack. They don't want to play through the lines and stuff like that. Soboslai. Still no substitutions for Liverpool, which is interesting. I thought McAllister would probably come into the game by now. McAllister or someone like Elliot, maybe even. I mean, at the moment in time, the substitutions I would make is probably get Jones off, maybe even get Soboslai off. Soboslai's lost the ball. Adam Wharton gives it to Eze. What a save, Alisson Becker. That's the thing you get with Alisson Becker. He hasn't had much to do this game. He hasn't had much to do this half at all. But the ball comes to him. Uh, it's not the most difficult of saves, but he had to make it. Eberiche Eze attacking. It's actually a pretty decent save, to be honest, with his right hand. Really good position. Liverpool straight into the attacking transition now. Liverpool do not mess about. I think Liverpool are going to be so nice to watch this season. Um, Here's Van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk gives it to Curtis Jones now. Here is Jeremiah Frimpong. Jonesy. Back to Jones. Has Frimpong to the right of him. That's gonna be a Palace throw in. Margay is put in a shift, to be honest. Palace fans still up and about, still singing. I think even if they lose the match, I think Palace fans are gonna be happy. The occasion of just playing at Wembley, and they come here as I mean the Community Shield in itself to play in it is a bit of an honor because you come in here as a winner, obviously be winning the FA Cup. Um, and if you come here and lose to Liverpool, it's not the end of the world. Especially for a team like Crystal Palace, especially for the fans that have gone there. It's more about the occasion rather than the result. And I mean, in general, we baat kare na, Crystal Palace's fans really good, really vocal, really क्या कह सकते हैं, really just really energetic. कोई भी मैच हो, प्रीमियर लीग का मैच हो, कप के मैचेस हो, always involved. Margehi gives it to Maxence Lacroix, gives it to Adam Wharton. I really like Adam Wharton. The fact that they've managed to keep Watson, Eze, Mateta so far in the window, and it looks like they're gonna keep them. Maybe Eze goes. I mean, that's not anything concrete at the moment as well. If they manage to keep all of these guys, I mean, they've done a really good job then, because a lot of these players they can play for big teams. Adam Wharton can easily play for the biggest teams in England at least. Same with someone like Margehi or someone like Eze. Eze would probably start at every single team in the Premier League, apart from maybe Liverpool. Even at Liverpool, maybe they find a way to play Eze. So the fact they've got so many really top class players, the defense isn't bad as well. Players like Richards, Lacroix, obviously I mentioned, Gehi, Munoz there, Mitchell there. If they can keep this team in going into next season, I mean they can really achieve a lot. They're in Europe as well. Now the important question: this Liverpool better or the 2005 one? Saad Rizwan. This Liverpool better the 2005 one. यार जो 2005 की लिवरपूल की टीम थी ना, दैट वाज अ वेरी डिफरेंट लिवरपूल. क्योंकि उस वक्त जो लिवरपूल की टीम थी, इट वाजंट अ टीम ऑफ सुपरस्टार्स या कोई बिग प्लेयर्स नहीं थे एक्सेप्ट फॉर अ कपल ऑफ गुड प्लेयर्स. जेरार्ड था, शाबी अलोंजो था, मे बी यू कुड से जेमी कैरेगर था, डूडेक था. देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ वेरी एवरेज प्लेयर्स इन दैट टीम. जिमी ट्रायोरे हो गए, स्टीव फिनन हो गए, बारोस हो गया, वो कौन था, द मैन हु स्कोर्ड, आई टोटली फॉरगॉट द नेम, द मैन हु स्कोर्ड द गोल, दूसरा गोल जो वॉली जिसने मारी थी. तो इट वाज अ लॉट ऑफ वेरी एवरेज मेंटालिटी ऑन अगेन जेरार्ड. जेरार्ड की तरफ से वो मेंटालिटी मिलती थी ना लिवरपूल को. लेकिन वही बात है ना कि वो जो टीम थी, इट वाज वेरी डिफरेंट. दैट टीम फिनिश्ड फोर्थ इन द प्रीमियर लीग. ठीक है. और ऑन पेपर अगर लाइक फॉर लाइक देखा जाए, दिस लिवरपूल टीम इज सो मच बेटर. ठीक है. लेकिन उस लिवरपूल टीम की भी अलग बात थी. द फैक्ट दैट दे हैड द डिटर्मिनेशन एंड द एबिलिटी टू मेक द कम बैक against AC Milan. That AC Milan side was probably the best AC Milan side ever, or one of the best football teams ever. I mean, they had Kaka, they had Inzaghi, they had Maldini, they had Nesta, they had Seedorf. I mean, so many elite players like Gattuso in there as well. Dida. To make a comeback from 3-0 down against them, I think that was very special. But in terms of like player for player, this Liverpool team is much better. I mean, you can't really even make a case for it. But Klopp really put Liverpool back in the game, coming from a Manchester United fan. Obviously, I mean, maybe on a trophies front, Jurgen Klopp को उस लेवल पे नहीं देखा जा सकता as Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho. To be fair, he was very unlucky as well, losing 2 Champions League finals, losing 2 Premier League titles on the last day. पर अगर आप trophies को आप ना भी देखो, he did win the Premier League and the Champions League and uh, every single major trophy. लेकिन obviously not that much, like कोई 15-20 ट्रॉफियाँ नहीं जीता वो. लेकिन just the difference that he made in the Liverpool side, क्योंकि एक generation of Liverpool team थी from like 2013 के बाद से, या आप कह लो उससे पहले से भी, आप कह लो 2010 से, आप कह लो कि लिवरपूल वर नॉट a strong football club. कि लिवरपूल वर नॉट वन ऑफ द बेस्ट टीम्स इन द वर्ल्ड. ठीक है, और जब आप उस फेज से गुजर रहे होते हो, इट्स लाइक मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड एट द मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है, अब इस फेज से एक टीम को वापस उस टॉप पे लेके जाना इज़ वेरी बिग डील. अगर वो 10-15 ट्रॉफियाँ नहीं भी जीतता, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल Amorim takes United to the top, right? They win a Champions League, they win a Premier League. They don't win like multiples, or they don't have a dynasty per se. लेकिन वो उस लेवल पे जब वापस चले जाएंगे कि इवन जब अब क्लॉप गया है, द नेक्स्ट सीजन वी वन ये वन द प्रीमियर लीग विदाउट मेकिंग एनी ट्रांसफर्स. तो ये क्लॉप के ही उसका है ना, कि क्लॉप ने उस लेवल पे लिवरपूल का लेकर आया कि प्लेयर्स लाइक फ्लोरियन वर्ड्स वांट टू प्ले फॉर लिवरपूल, प्लेयर्स लाइक ईसैक वांट टू प्ले फॉर लिवरपूल. ठीक है, और बैकलाइन हैज वैन डाइक, कोनाटे, फ्रिम्पोंग. वी हैव दीस टाइप ऑफ प्लेयर्स, वी डोंट हैव सैको एंड स्कर्टल एंड प्लेयर्स लाइक दैट. सो इट्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस. What Klopp did, many managers nowadays don't do that. वही बात है ना कि क्लॉप की जो है का जो मेट्रिक है वो कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट है पेप गार्डियोला से. पेप गार्डियोला गोज टू एस्टैब्लिश टीम्स एंड ही टर्न्स देम इनटू वर्ल्ड बीटर्स. यर्गन क्लॉप कभी भी वर्ल्ड बीटर लेवल पर टीम को नहीं लेकर गया, विच ऑब्वियसली एक मतलब नेगेटिव पॉइंट होगा कंपैरेटिवली देखा जाए. लेकिन ही टुक लिवरपूल टू द टॉप. He took Dortmund pretty much to the top as well. Champions League finalists, Bundesliga winners. We haven't seen Dortmund do that again. तो Jurgen Klopp आई थिंक आई गेस लिवरपूल इस लेवल पे इसलिए पहुंचा बिकॉज ऑफ क्लॉप. एंड स्लॉट जितनी भी ट्रॉफीज जीतेगा, आई मीन यू हैव टू हैड अ परसेंटेज ऑफ इट फ्रॉम Jurgen Klopp. और दूसरी बात ये भी कि कोई पैसे खर्च नहीं किए क्लॉप ने, या कोई डिसेंट अमाउंट ऑफ मनी फॉर अ बिग क्लब लाइक लिवरपूल वो स्पेंड नहीं किया. उसके बावजूद compete करना, आई थिंक इट्स अ क्वाइट अ बिग डील. और लास्ट सीजन जब हम प्रीमियर लीग जीते तो स्लॉट ने भी अपने उसमें जो ट्रॉफी सेलिब्रेशन थी उसमें भी मतलब क्लॉप का नाम वगैरह लिया था, एंड ही सेलिब्रेटेड हिम, क्योंकि आई मीन इट्स वेरी बिग थिंग व्हाट क्लॉप डिड. रेवोल्यूशनरी चेंज लाया था क्लॉप. बट नाउ द मोस्ट क्वेश्चन, मैन यूनाइटेड और लिवरपूल, नो फेवरेट्स. किस बेस पे, मतलब अभी की बात कर रहा है, ओवरऑल की बात कर रहा है? अभी तो ऑब्वियसली लिवरपूल है. अभी तो मैं बोमत को यूनाइटेड के ऊपर ले लूँ. एक टीके का गोल फिर से दिखा रहे हैं, वेरी नाइस गोल है यार. Ismail Assar. अच्छा, ये this is the first time I'm seeing the replay for the penalty. Van Dijk brought him down. It was kind of a मतलब you could say maybe a lazy challenge. It was good movement from Sarr. He is quite fast. All time फिर भी लिवरपूल ही है यार. मतलब all time देखा जाए, we have more trophies. We have double the Champions Leagues. We have the same number of league titles now as well. तो I mean कोई चीज़ बची नहीं है ना यूनाइटेड के लिए. शेख साद और एलिसन. यार देखो, फिर से मैं मैट्रिक की बात करूंगा यार. एज ए गोल कीपर, एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग, आई वुड पिक एलिसन बेकर. लेकिन कुछ मैट्रिक्स में शेख साद probably overtakes him definitely. Jones comes off, TK comes off, Endo and McAllister have come on. That's a bit weird. That probably means someone like Wirtz is going into the number 9 position. Endo goes into the 6, McAllister alongside him, Soboslai alongside him. Wirtz probably goes into the front line alongside Gakpo and Salah. As a human being, हाँ यार, Alisson Becker is a very good human being, man. मतलब बड़ा क्यूट सा बंदा है यार एलिसन बेकर. Obviously that is satire, पर समझ आ जानी चाहिए अब. कुछ साला ड्रिबल मी भाई, वॉश्ड अप, ठीक है ना, पास्ट हिज प्राइम. 3 महीने बाद फुटबॉल खेलने वाला इमू अहमद ड्रिबल्स यू, ठीक है ना, ही मेक्स यू टर्न ओवर. तो मो साला शुड बी एबल टू ड्रिबल यू. लेकिन मैं कुछ कह नहीं सकता, क्योंकि देखो अक्सर हो जाता है कि छोटे छोटे डिफेंडर बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स को कर लेते हैं पॉकेट, या बड़े बड़े डिफेंडर छोटे छोटे प्लेयर्स को पॉकेट नहीं करते. तो आई थिंक इसको देखना पड़ेगा एक दफ़ा. इसको टेस्ट आउट करना पड़ेगा. मैं कॉल करूँगा साला को कि एक बंदा है नॉट इन माई प्राइम. तो तेरी प्राइम कब है? मतलब कोई कोई तूने कोई वक्त निकाला हुआ है कि अब मेरी प्राइम है, अब नहीं है प्राइम? प्राइम थी तेरी तब जब ये जो ब्रेन ऑर्डर मारा मैं, तब तो प्राइम थी. तब तो तुम लोग रेगुलरली खेल रहे थे. अभी भी रेगुलरली खेलते हो. वो प्राइम नहीं थी तो कब प्राइम थी तेरी? Frimpong's on the floor. Looks to be in pain, which is not a good sign. Bradley भी injured है. We do not need an injury. Looks to be in a lot of pain. Come on, you couldn't score against me, bruv. I scored against you the last time we played, यार. खुदा का खौफ कर. लास्ट मैच जो हुआ था ब्रेन रॉड और हमारा, मैंने गोल मारा था. वही गोल जिसकी मैं बात करूँगा. तला को मैंने टर्न किया था और तुझे को बस वो तो हो गया. टर्नो में क्वार्टर फाइनल अगर दोनों टीम जीते तो ब्रेन रॉड वर्सेस हाइपर. सही है यार. डन करो. डन करो. पता नहीं मुझे ये नहीं पता कि हमारी टीम ब्रेन रॉड है ये. क्योंकि हारून ने मुझे बताया था, पता नहीं हैदर के दोस्त वगैरह. तो आई डोंट नो क्या टीम खेलती है भाई. होपफुली अच्छी टीम खेले ब्रेन रॉड की. पिछले टूर्नामेंट की तरह वाली टीम ना हो. अच्छी केपेबल टीम हो. मतलब यार देखो, ऑब्वियसली टूर्नामेंट में तो अच्छी टीम्स ही आती हैं. तो यू डोंट रियली एक्सपेक्ट कि आप जीतोगे, टूर्नामेंट जीतोगे या मैच भी जीतोगे. अ, वो तो ड्रॉ फेवरेबल हो जाए, क्योंकि अगेंस्ट मोस्ट टीम्स यूर गोना एंड अप लूजिंग. ठीक है. तो लेकिन ऐसा होना चाहिए ना यार कि एक कम्पिटिटिव टीम तो हो यार, कि इस लड़के को खेलना आता है, कि ये लड़का बच्चा नहीं है. मतलब ये बेंजमा को नहीं हम खिला रहे. ठीक है. मतलब हम एक्चुअल मतलब खेलने वाले लड़के हैं ये. मतलब थोड़ी गेम हो सकती है बेशक 4 गोलों से हारे, 5 गोलों से हारे, लेकिन गेम तो हो रही है ना. ऐसा तो होना चाहिए. यू कैन ब्रिंग इन शाफी, ही इज़ बैक. यार ये कोई ट्रांसफ़र मार्केट खुली हुई है यार. मेरे भी काफ़ी दोस्त पूछ रहे थे टूर्नामेंट के, मतलब कह रहे थे कि अगर तुम्हारी टीम है तो उसमें डाल दो. तो लेकिन ब्रेन रॉड की जो नॉर्मल टीम है, मैं तो यही चाहता हूँ यार कि एक टीम से ही खेलें. जब हमारे नानो एफसी के भी मैच होते हैं तो मैं यही चाह रहा होता हूँ कि बाहर के लड़के ना आएँ. क्योंकि मतलब एक वो आपकी थोड़ी केमिस्ट्री बिल्ड हुई होती है, एक वो फेमिलियरिटी होती है टीम के अंदर. बेशक टीम इंडिविजुअली उतनी अच्छी ना हो, एंड ऑब्वियसली दैट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस इन हाउ गुड द टीम इज़. बट यू हैव वांट टू हैव दैट फेमिलियरिटी कि दिस गाय नोज हाउ आई प्ले. एंड ओवर टाइम उस चीज़ को बिल्ड कर सके ताकि बंदा, कि मतलब उन्हें समझ हो कि यार मेरे पास बॉल आएगी तो दिस इज़ व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, या अगर मेरे पास बॉल होगी तो दिस इज़ व्हाट ही इज़ गोना डू. जब आप नए बंदों के साथ खेल रहे होते तो ऐसा होता है कि हर बंदे को बस बॉल चाहिए और वो खुद ही ड्रिबल करके गोल करेगा. और ऐसे मतलब टीम चलती नहीं, ऐसे मज़ा भी नहीं आता. इवन इफ कि मतलब कोई मेसी रोनाल्डो उठाया वो. मैड्रिड और बारसा लेगेसी वाइज. मैड्रिड, जाहिर सी बात है यार. मतलब ग्लोरी हंटर मैड्रिड फैंस ईगो बूस्ट कराने आ जाते हैं. आई शुड प्रोबेबली मेक द चेंजेस इन द 11s. एंडो आया है एंड मैकअलिस्टर भी आया है. एंडो हैज़ कम इन, मैकअलिस्टर ऑल्सो कम इन. तो उसको भी हम लिख देते हैं. Palace have a chance and they've scored. Completely against the run of play, Ismail Assar makes it 2-2. And that is something that you do not want to see. गेम के क्लोजिंग स्टेजेस हैं अब. And completely against the run of play, they've got a counter attack and they've scored a goal. Ismail Assar, that's what he's really good at. A player that I really like as well, Ismail Assar. On the counter. You can see what it means to them, Crystal Palace fans. I mean, any trophy for them is a big deal. Gakpo lost out the ball, which started that move. hit the post and in. I mean, Alison Becker can't really do much about that. You lost two finals against them. Khair hai bhai, that's part of football. Pep or Alex Ferguson? All time Sir Alex. I only have one selfie on my phone and it is with the Champions League trophy. Klopp was also in the stadium. ये किसकी बात कर रहा है? Sir Alex ही? Why was Pep? Why was Klopp in that stadium? एक दफ़ा मैं एक दफ़ा थोड़ी देर के लिए माइक बंद करता हूँ, अजान हो रही है. यार चुप इसलिए हो गया था क्योंकि अजान हो रही थी. इन द मीन टाइम क्रिस्टल पैलेस का काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट चांस था. पेनल्टी शाउट भी था. देयर वाज अ बिट ऑफ अ वार चेक बट नॉट गिवन एज ए पेनल्टी. बनती भी नहीं थी. क्वाइट नेचुरल पोजीशन थी मैकालिस्टर के हाथ की. लेकिन इट वाज अ aggressive shot, a bit of a desperate shot as well. I mean, एक पेनल्टी मिल चुकी है यार इन लोगों को. मतलब let it go bro. Again they're trying to shout for something. There's nothing in there. Kirkesh, McAllister, Liverpool. I mean, the match has kind of gone into a bit of a shaky nature. आप कह सकते हो. Kirkesh in the middle. Salah. He should finish that. What a chance for Salah. Kirkesh with the pass. He should finish that, Mo Salah. That was a glorious opportunity. That should have been 3-2 and that should have been the game done. on the volley chance I have for Mo Salah, and you expect Mo Salah to take chances like that fairly comfortably. Chance for Palace. Ismail Assar is gonna fall to Mateta, and it's a horrible, horrible finish from Mateta. Could have done so much more with that. Harvey Elliott's gonna come in for Florian Wirtz. That is interesting, definitely. Have I missed any substitution? I haven't. Elliott को डालना है यहाँ पे. Harvey Elliott's gonna come in, obviously linked to a lot of teams like RB Leipzig, linked to West Ham as well, linked to Brighton as well. Robertson comes on as well. I think Karkesh, he's had a good game, but I think he was kinda getting into a stage where he was struggling. Watson's gonna come off for Jefferson Lerma as well. Both sides now using the bench options that they have at their disposal. And I'm gonna try and add them in at the same time. I think both teams should probably have penalties in mind. So penalties को देखते हुए, it doesn't really make sense why you would take off Florian Wirtz. Obviously was a penalty taker at Bayer Leverkusen. We do have a lot of penalty takers on the field though. Salah, obviously McAllister, Szoboszlai. Van Dijk can take penalties. पर जो मैं कह रहा हूँ substitutions जो हुई हैं, they don't really scream, penalties to me. Like मतलब penalties के लिए नहीं हुई most of them. वरना words would stay on the pitch. Harvey Elliott with the ball now. Frimpong to his right. Szoboszlai. Harvey Elliott. Wateruendo. Water. Water. Indian बन गया. Mo Salah with the cross. Just hits a couple of bodies. Doesn't really go anywhere. It's a yellow card for Mo Salah. Time wasting का मिला है. Dean Henderson to take this free kick. Goes long, of course. Kanate's header. Harvey Elliott. That is not a good contribution from Harvey. He wins the ball back though. That's what you want to see from your players. Then he gets fouled as well. The ball finds its way to Jeremy Frimpong. Here's Harvey Elliott. Salah's in the middle now. He's basically playing as a striker now. Van Dijk, Kirkesh, Gakpo was making not Gakpo. Sorry, who is that on the left wing? Robertson. Yeah, Robertson was making the run. Why am I saying Kirkesh? Kirkesh isn't in the pitch. My bad. I'm mixing up a few players. I think that's my bad. Palace fans again. A lot of visuals of the Palace fans. Liverpool fans again a bit underwhelming, but I mean Palace के fans के आगे तो मतलब there is no comparison to be honest. Alison Becker, long ball, McAllister's touch, bicycle kick clearance. I mean that's poor from Endo. Completely misses the header. Mark Gahey's on the floor. I think that's got to do with the fact that 5 minutes have been added on, and they're trying to just eke out these last 5 minutes. Musala had the opportunity. I mean that half volley chance that Mo Salah had, he should have finished that. Ekitike had a chance, had a cup, I think one chance, which was the onside. He should have finished that. I mean, really disappointing stuff. Palace have probably scored with both of their big chances. They had one more chance, which they kind of messed up. One last change for Crystal Palace, I think. I have no idea who this guy is, who they're bringing on. Maybe I just can't recognize him at the moment. Corner for Liverpool though. Harvey Elliott to take. It's gonna come to Soboslai. It's not a bad hit, but still quite comfortable for Dean Henderson. McAllister had it. He gave it to Soboslai. First time hit into the floor, into the turf. Really, to be honest, you should say. Jefferson Lerma will use again. He's on the ground. I don't know what this brother needs. He should just be taken off by now. I mean, this is like the third time he's gone down. Justin Devaney is gonna come in for Margehi. I was Devaney, yeah. That was the guy I wasn't able to recognize. I do know who Devaney is though. I've seen him play in the Premier League. Young guy. Palace have a lot of really like young players with potential. Gayhe's race is run. It's been a good performance from Gayhe, to be honest. Might have been a little bit of a, you could say, audition with Liverpool obviously interested in him. For a long time now. Henderson plays that long ball. Quite comfortable for Virgil van Dijk though. Allison to Kanate. Frimpong. Less than a minute to go now in this Community Shield final. My stream has decided to stop at the worst possible time. Can we get it back up? Yes, we can. I mean, we're over the 95 minutes now. Water window again, he's given the ball away. Not the first time. Opportunity, and that could have been 3-2. Justin Devaney. That could have been an absolute dagger. But it looks like it's going to go to penalties. And you have to say, the favourites on penalties are probably Crystal Palace. Really close that one. And it would have been the game ender. It would have been the last moment of the game as well. And would have been a brilliant moment for Justin Devaney, but not to be. Not to be. And it is going to be penalties. It's been a brilliant game of football. And it is going to be penalties. We're going to be here for a little bit longer now. Um, Jessemenica advantage probably goes to Crystal Palace on penalties. Being completely honest, the fact that they have got Dean Henderson and they've got a few pretty good penalty takers, and the fact that we've taken off players like Ekitike and Wirtz, maybe the advantage does go to Crystal Palace. It's been a brilliant game of football. A lot of takeaways from both sides. A lot of takeaways, positive takeaways for Liverpool. The way Ekitike played, the way Wirtz played, how the way Frimpong played. A lot of positive takeaways. Some negative takeaways as well. The fact that we conceded 2 goals out of basically nothing, and the fact that we were prone to getting counter-attacked a lot, which a lot of people expected. But again, for a team like Liverpool, that should not be happening. There needs to be a better defensive structure. But I think everyone knew this was this game was always going to be tough. I think it would have been delusion if you think that this game wasn't going to be close or at least tight. Well, it is quite tight now. Anyone's game now. I think probably Salah's gonna take one. Soboza is gonna take one. McAllister is gonna take one. Those three guys are certain. Then I think Van Dijk's gonna take one. We might see Cody Gakpo take one. Then those five guys will be the five penalty takers. So it would be in no order whatsoever. Salah, McAllister, Soboslai, Gakpo, and Van Dijk. Uske baad, you would probably have Elliot coming in, and you would have Konate, Frimpong. Uske baad, you would probably have Frimpong. I would have Konate, Robertson last. उससे पहले I would have Endo. उससे पहले I would have Elliot. उससे पहले I would have Frimpong. Crystal Palace की तरफ से I think that it's gonna be Mateta, it's gonna be Eze. Those two guys are their like certain penalty takers, right? We're probably gonna see Ismail Assar take one. I think Villius is gonna take one. Maybe their centre backs take one as well. Um, as well. फोन पे मेरी स्ट्रीम बार बार बंद हुई जा रही है, so I'm gonna pull it up here now. Obviously, we want to watch these live. We cannot miss a penalty. मैच की फिर खैर होती है. You cannot make up for it if nothing happened in the game. The toss is happening now. Dean Henderson in that cap. I think Dean Henderson, he is the X factor for Crystal Palace. He is the reason why you would expect um, Crystal Palace to win this. I mean, I'm not really that confident. Alisson Becker, he's not known for saving penalties. He can save penalties. He has won shootouts for Liverpool in the past. But this is a different ball game altogether against Dean Henderson. Against some quality penalty takers. Again, Eze, Mateta, जैसे मैंने नाम लिया. These guys are good penalty takers. Alisson Becker and Dean Henderson. Mo Salah is gonna come up. Liverpool are taking the first penalty, and it's gonna be Mo Salah, as you would expect. He either goes first or he goes last. He's gonna go first here, which is interesting. You would expect Mo Salah to put it away, but Dean Henderson again. I'm very nervous because I think Dean Henderson, he's got something in the bag. He's definitely got something in the bag. We have seen him save so many penalties. I think his penalty record speaks for itself as well. I remember when he first came to Nottingham Forest, the penalty he saved from, was it Jared Bowen or someone, in like one of his first games. Salah to take the first penalty. Mo Salah against Dean Henderson. And Mo Salah hits it over. Mo Salah completely fluffs his lines. Something that we saw in the last preseason friendly as well. Completely fluffs his lines. That is horrible from Mo Salah to start us off in the penalty shootout. Horrible, horrible stuff from Mo Salah. Unacceptable penalty. He's just completely blazed it over. And this is a guy that we expect to be our penalty taker for the season. First penalty over the bar from Liverpool. Jean-Philippe Mateta to take the penalty now. I mean, it feels like a downhill struggle from now. Mateta, I expect him to put this away. Against Allison Becker, he puts it away. Very good penalty. I mean, that's a penalty that you expect from your penalty taker. Mo Salah's penalty was just horrible. And it's 1-0 to Palace after the first penalties. I mean, that's such a disappointing penalty from Mo Salah, though. Such a disappointing penalty. Alexis McAllister to take the next one for Liverpool. I mean, I can't get my head over that Salah penalty. I mean, he's generally a very good penalty taker. Alexis McAllister to take this one, though. Willie fluff his lines like Mo Salah. Alexis McAllister to take it, and it's saved by Dean Henderson. This is horror from Liverpool. After two penalties, it's two misses. First, Mo Salah's off the bar, and Dean Henderson's already going into the theatrics, and it's rightly so as well. I mean, that first penalty from uh, just takes it away. Aberici Eze now to take the penalty, and he doesn't score. It's still 2-1. It's a good save by Alison Becker. Is his foot on the line or is it over the line? That's the question. Aberici Eze has missed his penalty as well. This is all over the place at the moment. Yep, his foot was on the line. Still 2-1. Cody Gakpo to take it for Liverpool now. Cody Gakpo puts it in. See, that's more of a confident penalty. We still do find ourselves in a bit of a weird situation. But that is much better of a penalty from Cody Gakpo. Allison, he needs to save this. He needs to save this. Well, not literally, but in the context of the game and context of the momentum of the penalty shootout, he needs to save this. Ismail Assar steps up against Alison Becker. Again, I did say that he's not really known for penalty saving. He can save penalties though. He's a top goalkeeper. Ismail Assar, haven't seen him take many penalties. He is a very talented footballer. Ismail Assar stepping up for Crystal Palace. Looks very calm and he puts it in. Very nice penalty. Very nice penalty. I mean, the blushes that you would say of Eberiche Eze have been spared for now, thanks to a very good penalty by Ismail Assar. He goes over to hug Dean Henderson as well. They needed to score that, and it's a really nicely taken penalty. Allison diving the right way, but he's just diving a bit too late, I think. Harvey Elliott to take the penalty. I really don't understand this lineup that we've got. I would have given Soboslai a penalty by now. I would have given Van Dijk a penalty by now before Harvey Elliott. But Harvey Elliott to take the penalty. He should score this. Harvey Elliott saved by Dean Henderson. It's just a horrible penalty shootout this from Liverpool. I mean, again, we saw it against PSG. We're seeing it now as well. Liverpool in penalty shootouts just have not set it up nicely. Such a bad penalty. So tame from Harvey Elliott. I mean, you look at the Palace penalties, even though Alisson's going the right way, they can't save it. That Dean Henderson doesn't even have to do much there. That is a very easy save for him. If Palace score this, they do win the shootout, and rightly so, they deserve to win the shootout. I mean, जैसी बात शूट आउट पे गई थी मुझे समझ लगी थी कि this is now an uphill struggle. Is Sosa the left back to take the penalty and to win it for Palace, and he's missed. He has missed. He has missed. Still game on. I mean, still to be honest though, it's in Crystal Palace's favor. I really don't expect Liverpool to score this, and I really don't expect Palace to miss another. But golden chance for Sosa, and he misses it. Tala Virgil McGuire, James Cunningham, Dominic Soboslai to take the penalty now. Soboslai against Henderson. He needs to score. If he misses, Palace win the Community Shield final. Dominic Soboslai, really good. See, that's why he should be taking a penalty earlier. Soboslai gives me so much confidence as a penalty taker. I don't think he's missed any penalties in his career. Why is he taking the fifth one? Why is Elliot taking one before him? I know you give your best shooter best shooter the last penalty, but it doesn't really make sense like that. We're behind in the shootout now. Palace can win it. If he takes one earlier, he takes the pressure off of Elliot. He takes the pressure off maybe someone like Gakpo as well, even though Gakpo did take his penalty quite well. Now, Justin Devaney, he had a brilliant chance to win it for Palace at the end of the game. He missed that chance. He's got a brilliant chance to win it for Palace here as well off of the penalty shootout now. Justin Devaney up against Alisson Becker to win it for Crystal Palace, and it's a brilliant penalty. He thunders it into the top corner, and Crystal Palace, I mean, you have to say in the end, looking at that penalty shootout, deservedly so winners of the Community Shield final. Very disappointing as a Liverpool fan, but I mean, you have to give the credit where it's due. I was saying it till the start of the stream that it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool, and obviously, you do not take it too much into the account, the Community Shield final, but it's still, for a club like Crystal Palace at least, it's a very big deal. And you have to give the props to them. They stayed in the game for large parts of the game. Liverpool did dominate them, and it did look like Liverpool, they could take it away quite easily in the end. But they did not let them do that. Liverpool missed their chances. Akitike had a chance. Salah had a chance. A lot of players had their chances. Against the run of play, Ismail Assar scored the goal, which took them to the penalties. And in the penalty shootout, I mean, Liverpool never looked confident. Mo Salah with the first penalty was absolutely horrible that penalty. Second penalty, McAllister was a bit tame, but against Dean Henderson in penalty shootouts, that's what he's known for. Incredible save there. Then again, another miss from Harvey Elliott. Crystal Palace did have their hiccups as well. Eze's penalty was saved. Souza's one hit the crossbar. But even with that, I mean, Liverpool's performance in the shootout was just that bad that even this took them to the win in the end. And you can see the emotion, right? Crystal Palace fans, they're actually crying over this. And that's the beauty of football. I mean, we saw them win the FA Cup. We saw how much it meant to them at that time as well. A Community Shield might not mean much to teams like Liverpool, Manchester City, or Arsenal, but to a team like Crystal Palace, I mean, this is as big as a major trophy for them. You can see the players very happy. Justin Devaney, I mean, the penalty that he just took, I mean, it shows the confidence and quality of this man. He had a brilliant chance at the end of the game as well, to be honest, which he should have definitely scored, but not definitely, but he could have scored at least. But did not look at all phased by the situation or the circumstances when taking that winning penalty. I think this could be the start of a pretty good season for Crystal Palace in Europe for the first time in at least a long time. I don't remember the last time Crystal Palace were in Europe. They're going to be in the Conference League, unfortunately. They should be in the Europa League, but obviously Nottingham Forest had a say in that. For, I mean, you can see the emotion. Look at the happiness. Dean Henderson, even though Dean Henderson is a bit of a knobhead, to be very honest. Even the fact that he was doing celebrations mid-game as well. But again, very nice to see a team like Crystal Palace do well. I think everyone likes Crystal Palace. Everyone as a neutral loves Crystal Palace. Harvey Elliott's penalty, the missed penalty, that could be his last involvement in the Liverpool shirt. And if it is, then that's going to be a very disappointing end to his time at Liverpool. Um, although it was probably, a spell that he's going to remember. He's a Liverpool fan, but he would have wanted to win the game for us. Bro, Frimpong is Black Cancelo. Frimpong is very good. I mean, the way that man attacks is incredible. He's completely opposite to Frimpong, to Cancelo in a way, because Cancelo is more as in like a technical footballer, like someone who takes shots and someone who crosses the ball a lot. Frimpong's one who just runs. He will run to the byline. He will pull the ball back. He's not, the best traditional defender, but the pace that he has means that he can go to attack in 1 second. He can come back as well. He's a very good player. I think he's going to be a very big asset for Liverpool, especially with the fact that we've got Connor Bradley to cover for him as well, who is a completely different right back to Jeremy Frimpong. Frimpong is a proper मजदूर. सही बात है भाई. मतलब the the amount of running that brother does is absolutely incredible. Crystal Palace fans again. I mean, it's so nice to see Crystal Palace fans happy. I'm obviously a little bit. It's a bit bittersweet as well seeing your team lose a match. But again, मैंने stream के शुरू में भी कहा था कि this is still a part of preseason. This does not mean as much, and obviously एक taboo भी है कि the Community Shield winners don't really do well. But I think this is me just having some copium. I think you have to give the credit where it's due. Crystal Palace, they stuck in. They understood the fact that Liverpool were a better side for most part of the game. They understood that, and they just took their chances when it came to them. They defended very nicely after the second goal, um, to keep us away from scoring for 70 minutes is quite an achievement as well. A lot of eyes on Justin Devaney, him coming on and taking that penalty, giving the interview now as well. Oh no, that's not an interview. That's not an interview. He was just talking to Chris Richards. My bad. I think the Palace fans are gonna celebrate all night. A bit disappointing. Maybe a lot of positive. As a Liverpool fan, some positive takeaways would probably be the fact that the way Akitike played, the goal that he scored, the way Wirtz played, he was really nice. The way someone like who else? Frimpong played. Frimpong was pretty good. I think overall the attacking side of things, in terms of except maybe the finishing part of it, was very promising. Maybe we need to work on our defensive structure. We didn't have Gravenberg today, and you could see the difference that makes as well. Not having something like Ryan Gravenberg, I think Slot missed a trick trying to play Jones in that position. I think we obviously had to play Endo there. We missed that defensive structure definitely. With Endo, obviously Endo's not that much of a technical footballer as Gravenberg, but you have a guy who's gonna stick his foot in there, who's gonna defend for 90 minutes, and that's something that we missed in the midfield. I think Adam Wharton did a really good job in the midfield for them. I think Jefferson Lerma, when he came on, he did a good job for them. Will Hughes had a good game in midfield as well. Mark Gahey had a good game in defense. Uh, Henderson overall had a good game, especially the penalty shootout. I think there's a bit of time in the trophy lift, but I think that's where we're gonna end the stream. It's been a long stream. I mean, it's been nearly 3 hours because of the fact there was a penalty shootout as well. It's been a quieter stream. It's gonna be quite-ish stream. It's been a quite-ish stream. That's what I meant to say. But it's been a good live stream. Obviously, this is like my second live stream. It's like my fifth upload. I don't expect 200 viewers. I don't expect a chat rate of 100. It's always a pleasure making these videos. It's always a pleasure going live. And yeah, it's been a really good live stream. I think there's gonna be a video coming out soon. Hopefully, I am trying to upload regularly, but obviously, I've got my college and I've got my studies as well. So that obviously comes in as a bit of a caveat. But it's been a good stream. It's been quite fun. Just watching the match, doing watch alongs is one of my favorite things to do. But it's been your boy. It's been your boy. It's been me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.